Hi guys, welcome back to Let's Go Mental. My name is Warime. Now in today's video I would like to show you guys how to propagate plants and to report them. This is actually the second time I'll be propagating a plant and the first time that I will be planting a plant inside a pot or inside the planter. So basically, I've mentioned to you guys before that I recently became a plant mom. Yes, there's a name for that. I recently became a plant mom, and it is the most therapeutic thing ever. Like, honestly, I keep asking myself, what have I been doing all these years without having invested in plants? So I've learned a lot. It is so interesting to just watch them growing every single day. You know, it's actually like, I can actually say it's like watching a child grow. You know, you'll see some leaves maybe today have wilted, tomorrow they have flourished. 1 minute you look at a plant, like say on Monday you look at it at night, Tuesday morning you find there's a beautiful flower. You just see, like I normally notice, like some of them, one time one branch was going this side, then now it has switched and gone another side. So it's just very, very interesting to watch the plants grow, take care of them, water them. So we need to, so this, since this is a new hobby of mine, I thought I should just introduce you guys to it, also introduce you probably to the person who also I buy plants from. I initially bought from Gong Road, and then until I discovered a guy on the Northern Bypass, like I don't know how to explain it. Like if you're on the Two Rivers back gate, it is somewhere along that stretch, like probably 5 minutes from the Two Rivers gate, yeah. And you'll find, like for example, succulents on Gong Road are 100 bob. I'll put a photo of the succulents over here. So succulents are 100 bob on Gong Road. From this guy on the Northern Bypass, I got them for 20 shillings. So you can see how ridiculously well priced that he is. So I'll also put down his number on the comment section below. So I'll give you a brief plant tour of the plants that I currently have, the outdoor ones. I will share with you the indoor ones later, and I must say the indoor ones are also really, really flourishing. I'm so excited. So yeah guys, I hope you'll enjoy this video. If you have any questions on planting and stuff like that, you just put them down in the comment section below. So let's begin the outdoor plant tour. Guys, all these plants, to be honest, I must say, were bought for me by a good friend of mine for my birthday. And yeah, it's interesting, like he's really supporting me. So anyway, let's get on to it. So this is a jasmine plant. Jasmine usually produce white small flowers that smell very nice, especially at night. This plant, I've noticed, has really taken quite a while to make any progress, but recently I noticed that they're actually starting to, I can see now some activity, and they seem now to be growing. So this is a jasmine plant. I'll put a photo of how exactly it looks. Then of course, as you can see, so it's somewhat like a creeper, so you have to give it that support as it is growing. So that is a jasmine plant. Then we have the African daisy. The African daisy is my favorite plant, guys. Let's look at that. It's so, so beautiful. Oops, I might drop it. Look at the flowers, guys. So this one is the African daisy, as I said. Let me put it back nicely. African daisy, I've noticed it requires a lot of water, so I have to water it more regularly than the other plants that I have. So that's the African daisy. We have the begonia here. Begonia is a very good plant. It's a very low maintenance plant. So if you're afraid, or if you want to just start planting, I mean you want to start keeping flowers and you're not too sure about whether you can take care of them, a begonia is actually very good. The thing with the begonia is that it has there are different species. So there are some you'll find with green and white leaves. Some leaves are much bigger, some are much smaller. The flower, these ones are pink. There are some that are white. There are some that almost look bluish. And then the stem as well. There are some that are taller than this, I think, and there are some that are shorter than this, which is what I am reporting shortly. Then we have the spider plant. The spider plant is also very, very good for, it's very, very low maintenance. It doesn't need a lot of water, and you can see how it has flourished. It's so beautiful. And then it also has offshoots. As you can see, they are so beautiful. So they just hang down there. So this is also a very, very good plant to take care of, and it's very low maintenance. Then we have this new plant. It's called to be honest, guys, it slipped my mind. I'll write it at the bottom, but I got this recently when I was going to buy plants for someone, and I decided to add an extra plant to my collection. So I got this one. Are you seeing how beautiful the flowers are? It's a very beautiful plant. And then we have this last one here that is also very, very beautiful. This one has been struggling. It's being attacked. It was being attacked by doodles or mites. So the leaves have been falling sometimes, and sometimes they're okay. So but recently I used a mixture of dishwashing liquid and water, and just sprayed very, very minimal where the mites were. So just sprayed there. And also, guys, note that when it comes to plants, plants and water, detergent water or anything, are enemies. They will die immediately. Then this is a plant that I'm propagating. Propagation basically is cutting a leaf or cutting a stem from a plant and putting it into another container so that now it can develop roots, right? So like I would cut, let me show you guys where. I'll probably cut somewhere here, right? So I cut here, and then I plant now this into the soil or into the water. And then the interesting thing about plants is that you'll find there will be two branches now that will grow out of here after I've cut it, and I'll have this. So I'm hoping this has been here for about 3 weeks. It seems to be doing okay because the leaves haven't died, so I'm sure the roots are growing. So that is it, guys, for my outdoor plants. Something else that I've noticed about plants is that they should not all be watered on the same day with the same frequency, with the same quantity of water. So as I said, this one I have to water it twice a week. This one I'm still yet to learn. This one I do it sometimes only once a week. The begonia once a week, and then I've noticed for the African days I have to do it 3 times a week, though I was told I don't need to, but every time I do it once a week, I notice that the leaves brown too quickly. So that is about it, guys. Let's now get on to the potting. Here now we begin with the potting. So this very beautiful pot is a token of appreciation from someone who knows that I like plants. So that is where I want to plant the begonias. Now you remember I showed you the taller ones. Now these are short begonias. The leaves are almost like purplish, and these ones are supposed to be green purplish. And yeah, so I will be putting these inside the pot. This is the first time I'm potting a plant. I'm going to do according to her. I'm going to do it the way I have seen them doing it when I go to buy the plants. So I'll put that in there. And then I bought this soil. Okay, not bought, rather, but I got this soil from the guys who plant. This soil has manure. It has manure, so it's very good for planting. Then, guys, this is now the plant that I am going to propagate. I got this from my mom's place. It's called a barrow's tail. So I just cut part of it. As you can see, I have a few others, but the leaves have sort of fallen off. So what I was supposed to do is wait for this place to dry up, and then that is when now I can pot them. So let's get on to it. Then of course I got some gloves, old kitchen gloves, well, because the nails the nails. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, let's get on to it, guys. Okay, so guys, what's going to happen, I'm going to start by using just any bucket. I'd use this bucket to paint this, and the paint has refused to come off. I think it stayed on the bucket for too long, but it's no problem, it won't affect the plant. What I did is I made a hole at the bottom. I just used a hot knife and just made the hole at the bottom. So yes, so this is done for propagating. For propagating, you don't really need a proper pot for you can use any container at the beginning. So I'm going to use this bucket, and then yeah, so we shall see how that goes. I'm not too sure if I'm supposed to water the soil before or after I plant, but the soil is a bit too fine. So I think what I'll do is I'll water them first, and then I'll do the propagating. Okay, so basically I'm going to water the soil. Now something that you need to know is that when the first time you buy your plants from wherever it is that you're going to get them, make sure you water them until the water is draining from the bottom hole. Like, you need to make sure that the soil gets good enough water for it to be able to adjust to the change of environment. That is, when you say change of environment, you know they are normally planted in this, right? So that's how they come, and then they're planted into the pot in a different soil. So my assumption is, from my little knowledge on this, or my knowledge of what I've learned, is that it's very, very important to water them and make sure the soil is waterlogged. But then once you start watering your plants once or twice or thrice a week, however often you're supposed to, what you're supposed to do is that you just dip in your finger for maybe about an inch. If it comes out and there's no mud, then you know you need to add water. If it's still muddy or it's still moist, of course now you just leave it. So for now, what I want to do is just make sure I drain it. I pour enough water as I can. Until it drains from the bottom until it drains from the bottom of the hole. I hope it doesn't cause too much of a mess. Okay, so guys, the soil is completely saturated. I've just realized that I'm propagating, what are they called? These, I could say these are succulents. They don't need as much water, but it's okay, I've already done it. So what you do is, let me come closer. So what you do is, with this, you remove the bottom part or a few of the leaves, so that you can give it space for you to be able to plant it. And as you can see, as I said, it needed to callus over. So once it calluses over, then now you know it's ready to be potted. So it's just as simple as digging it in. And remember, guys, I'm going to remove the plant from here. I don't know for how long. As I told you, I'm still learning. But I'm putting that in, and then the roots will actually start growing. So probably in the next 2 weeks or so, I'm sure the roots will start growing. But now, something very interesting again, guys, is that if you want to plant a succulent, I've already put a photo of a succulent somewhere before this. But I'll still put a photo. So the thing with succulents, when you're propagating them, you can actually just cut off the leaves, as you saw me doing. Just cut off the leaves and just place them on top of the soil. So once you place them on top of the soil, I don't know if you can see, yes you can. So just placing them on top of the soil. So after a few days or weeks, you'll actually start seeing roots coming out from here. I've actually seen it happening for a neighbor of mine. So I'm just going to lay them on top. Just have them that way. And then I also want to, so there are different ways of doing it. You can just place the leaf right on top, and then they'll grow the roots. Or you can just gently push them into the soil. Just gently push into the soil. So I think I want to do different ways of planting them, so that I see which one works better for any future propagating, right? Yeah. So guys, there we have it. As you can see, there's a long one. They're the ones that I've just placed on top, like these ones, and then they're like these ones which I have pushed into the ground. So those are the different ways you can propagate a plant using the stem. There's a placing on top with soil, and then there's also just pushing the leaves slowly into the soil. So this is ready, and we shall be seeing how this will be doing in the next 1.5 months to 2 months. Guys, can you imagine my gloves have gotten torn, But anyway, they're very old. I don't know if that will help for now. But anyway, so second project is potting the begonias. So of course, starting with the soil. So as you can see here, the roots, I hope I've not messed up with them. There are a few that have been left, but we can just place that there like that. So I don't know if you guys can see, this is how it looks with all the soil. So I've planted them. I feel like they're a bit too low, but anyway, they will grow taller. And there we have it. So these are the begonias. You can see there are 2 different colors. That's what they had available. So all I need to do now is just water it, make sure the soil gets enough water.
Melt my heart. 봄의 향기를 담은 그대를 보며.
So guys, that is it for today. As you can see, my gloves let me down. I really hope they don't stain the nails. But anyway, so one of the reasons why I'm doing these videos for the DIY is that, guys, I just want to show you that there are so many activities that we can do out here, and it's very important to keep yourself busy. Do things that you love doing, you know. One of the coping strategies is that we are always told is that you need to engage in your hobbies or learn new skills, learn new things, you know. And for me, I can say for 2020, this has been my new thing. I initially thought it just started with 5 plants. Now soon it's starting to grow into something else, you know. So look for something that will keep you busy, something that will excite you, you know, so that you can be able to take care of your mental health aside from therapy and aside from taking medication. So for all the plant lovers out there, or if you want to become a new plant owner, comment below, give me a like, and guys, we shall see you in my next video. Ciao, ciao.